Yeah, so you touched on it a little bit, but can you maybe just define for us exactly what the relationship is between happiness and energy?
Yeah. As I just mentioned, I jumped a little bit ahead maybe. I mentioned that when we are in high frequency energy states, happiness is the natural byproduct. It is always a byproduct. Happiness cannot be directly targeted. The conditions we can directly target and improve, like a doctor when it is making the conditions for the body to heal itself the best conditions there can be. So cleaning the wound and maybe helping with stitches and so on and so forth. So that's what we can do. The healing or happiness we cannot do directly. It is a natural consequence when coherence is brought into existence, when we are in balance. So what we need to do as a relationship from energy to happiness is to start educating ourselves with regard to what is low frequency, how does high frequency, and what can I do in order to shift from low to high in all the four bodies, as I just mentioned in my comment on the first question. Additionally to that, it is fascinating to see we are 80% consisting of water. Now, if you don't know that, search the internet, you will find it. It's incredible, isn't it? You have a body and somebody tells you 80% you're consisting of water. Wow, this is news. Yes, it is. And water, H2O, is in its molecular structure very, very flexible. That means there are so many tests when water was exposed to a particular music like heavy metal and very, very strong music, and the crystals, the structure of the water was in a particular way. Then they played beautiful music, harmonious music, and the structure of the water crystals molecules changed accordingly into beautiful stars, into beautiful mandalas, etc. So the expansion of the water, the expansion of the energy body has to do with the structure of the 80% of water in our body. And that is directly related what we are exposing ourselves to. Every little detail makes a difference. When you're on your way to work in your car and you listen all the time because you don't want to switch stations, or you are habitually addicted to information and you hear all the news and you repeat it every hour and you're listening to the advertisement and you're listening to what people think, you are just completely handing yourself over to the conditioned field we are all living in. And again, this, what we have created as a social context, is the way we live in our society isn't leaving us happy. Otherwise, we wouldn't need to have those questions. And otherwise, the world would be a happy place, because only happy people can create a happy world. So the world isn't happy, and that's a fact. Now, when we are exposing ourselves too much to an unhappy world, then this is reflected back into us. Our four bodies are not happy. Your physical body is not happy, your emotional body is not happy, your mental body is not happy, and your spiritual body is also not happy. So how can you be happy? When those four are in a better condition. But for this, again, you need to create the condition so that your four bodies can be happier, or in a better condition means the low frequency goes higher. Better music. Don't listen to the music so much with regard to whether your mind is liking it or not, whether it gives you stimuli or not. And you can if you want to, but listen to it. Does it expand you? Yeah, do you feel an expansion, what you can train yourself to sense more and more and more? You just need to start. Do you feel contraction or expansion? When you're in a meeting, the people, do you feel contraction or do you feel expansion? When you eat particular stuff, it might be delicious, but then you suddenly feel a contraction, heaviness. If you eat differently, maybe you just need to eat slower or more conscious, not watching news and watching TV or having business discussions while you're eating. You need to find out, you need to experiment. Maybe a particular diet is really something you should check out for yourself just make it a test. Go vegetarian for 2 weeks or vegan for 2 weeks and see what's happening in your energy field. How do you feel? Is it expanding you or is it contracting you? Particular exercises. Maybe the jogging gives you a power push, but it doesn't leave you overall really expanded. Maybe you should try power walking, or you should try particular good yogas, and so on and so forth. In the spiritual body, you need to experiment with meditations, with visualizations, with listening to particular music. You can learn about frequencies, when you go into the earth frequency, in the Schumann resonance. There's so much exciting stuff which I can't all go into in this little interview, but I'm giving you impulses just to telling you on the bottom line, happiness is totally directly related to energy. If you get your energy better, you get your happiness better, period.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you really made that clear. So thank you, Mark, for sharing that. And also giving our viewers a sense of how to know whether your energy is going, higher or lower.
Yeah.
So thank you for summarizing that for us.